Hello everybody, this is the Capitalist Games again, and welcome back to Crossout 101. Today we're gonna cover which rares are good for your starter vehicles after you gain your first parts. Of course, after you get your first Huntsman cabin or a Docker cabin, which are the two most standard cabins you get. For example, the other common cabin, the Duster, is only obtainable via the market. Right now the Fuck cabin as well. And WWT1 you have to craft it, and that is not really worth it right off the bat. You will probably have a few of each of these three weapons, so the Short, Loop Power and Avenger. For firepower, and for modules you'll probably have some radiators and some other parts right now. So the first thing I suggest getting is a few Vectors, or Defenders, Spitfires or Sledgehammers. These are pretty good firepower, they're very good in all rounds overall, and they're just pretty damn good. The next thing I advise is getting a light engine. Light engine can accelerate your vehicle quite good, and it does not require any extra energy. So it is a pretty effective part for raids, so you can make your build faster in acceleration wise without having to spend any energy on it. I also strongly advise getting a better cabin. If you go to your factions, you will probably be at level 10 by now, so you have one of these three factions. I will suggest just getting the cabin of the faction you chose. Grill in the Lunatics, Wyvern in the Nomads, and Trucker in the Scavengers tab. The Engineers do not really have any cabins, so you cannot craft from those, even though there are much more cabins. However, the Bear, Carapace and the Fury are all market only parts, and the Jawbreaker is for now only obtainable also via the market, because you need to become level 25 in order to get it. The next part I strongly suggest getting is a weapon cooler. Weapon cooler, if you get, for example, 4 Vectors, so a total of 12 energy, and you have 13 energy in total, for example, and if you had 40 energy, you could have, if you have 4 of them, or 3 of these and a cooler, then the one with the cooler actually have very similar damage per second. However, this one, the cooler and the 3 of them will only have 10 energy requirement, while 4 of them will have 12. And I also strongly suggest getting a hazardous generator. For the 3 generators, the hazardous, the light and the heavy. The light generator only gives 1 energy, however it's very lightweighted, and it's not very dangerous in terms of the damage it deals when destroyed. The heavy generator is pretty safe, and it adds 2 energy, but it is very heavy in mass. Hazardous generator is light and adds 2 energy, but it is pretty dangerous in the damage category. However, if you know how to protect your generators, then usually will be fine. So if you watch the episode on armor, you can see how I armor the generators and how to protect them. Other parts that I do suggest getting are either a proof radar or radar detector. Radar detector is pretty good because it can detect enemies well in cover, which is extremely useful. However, it uses an energy point. And these ones are also good because they give a radio increase range compared to normal radio. But I always suggest, once you get into a little bit higher power score, always take one radio with you, because it's really useful. Other weapons that can be useful getting is the Little Boy, because it's a pretty good weapon, and you only need 1 or 2 of them, so they're relatively cheap compared to the Vector, where you need 3 of them more often than not. Also, if you get some money leftovers, buy a Jawbreaker. The Jawbreaker is actually better than the Trucker right now, because the Trucker might be better on heavy builds, very heavy, but the Jawbreaker is faster, and it also has alpha 11 energy. because of the fact that it has the second highest energy value, with the humpback being 12, but the humpback being much more expensive. It has a really good cabin for raids. Oh, for example, the grill might be it's a good part for PvP. For PvE, it's not really that useful because it only has 9 energy points. For instead, I would choose the Wyvern because it's much faster, and I also it's only slightly slower than the grill, and it has 10 energy. I often leave the trucker because it's just so slow. If I'm gonna use something very heavy, I'll take the humpback myself. Other parts I can advise getting are the AT Wasp, which is a weapon which can help you do the invasion raids, and they're also pretty good in PvP as well. Ammo packs, if you are gonna use ammo weapons. And later you can also try out getting turret deployers or attack drones, which are pretty funny, but they're not really that great, in my opinion. Attack drone is probably gonna get nerfed soon because it's a little bit too powerful right now. And finally, the fuel tank. Fuel plus tank gives you 10 fuel per match. It's literally just two normal fuel barrels stacked on each other, but since these do not stack with multiple barrels, you can take one of each to actually get 15 fuel per match. So that's where you need the fuel tank for. Although the fuel tank alone is 300 power score, which is very, very, very high. I mean, the vector is 555 and short is 240. So they think having a fuel plus tank is more effective than getting a short, apparently. But that is something you have to watch out for. For getting your first epics, the first one I suggest getting is a gas generator. After you got your 11 energy, you get your gas generator, you have 14 energy. You can do a lot with 14 energy. Second one I do suggest getting is, of course, a humpback. So you can get your 15 energy mega vehicles. You can take 4 of these and 3 coolers, for example. Although you would by then probably have a better engine. Next, epics. Epic is probably improved cooler, which is also really effective. As well as specters, really good. Caucasus, and lastly crickets. Crickets are again for the invasions, and are super useful in that game mode if you get a few of them. Well, specters are the active version of the Caucasus, in my opinion. They're almost identical, although this one is just automatic and this one is not automatic, and this one deals a little bit more damage. This one is for the more active gamers, and for the more lazy gamers you can just take a Caucasus. Anyway guys, this will cover the guide of today, and I will see you guys all later. Bye bye.